Hi, this is Pastor Amy from the Monocan Presbyterian Church in Princess Anne. It is wonderful to see you guys again today. And today I brought with me a few symbols. Do you guys know what a symbol is? Right, yeah. Symbol is an image or a logo that helps us think and connects with maybe a store or an idea or something that is bigger. So a big, a big idea with just one small image or symbol that we can identify really fast. And so I'm going to hold up a few different symbols that I brought with me today, and I'm going to leave you some space to say what they are. And then we'll kind of talk about them a little bit together. But are you guys ready? So the first symbol is right, McDonald's signs, the magic arches, right? So when we see these, we think of McDonald's and we think of all the delicious Happy Meals and all, or maybe when we were traveling when I was a younger kid, it meant that we'd be stopping for a bathroom break before there's a lot of other places to stop, right? So McDonald's, we see this and we already think about food. Okay, next one. What about this? Might be a little more tricky, right? But it is the swoop sign from Nikes. And so usually when we see this, we're thinking of tennis shoes or athletic wear or something like that. So we see this and we automatically think tennis shoes. Okay, one last one. Well, actually, one last that I'm going to show up on a piece of paper, and then we have another one. Okay, how about this one? Yeah, the words are there, so you can see it. But right, so but if you aren't reading really right now, you can probably see the sign, and you know you're going to get a coffee or maybe a donut, something really sweet and fun, right? At Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, so my last one is, like I said, is not on a piece of paper, but I'm going to hold it up, and do you guys know what this is? Yeah, it's a cross, right? It's a cross. Actually, my grandfather gave me this one first, so it's really special for me, right? But when we see a cross, what do we think of, right? Right, the cross is the Christian symbol that we know as either a church or somebody is a follower of Christ. So sometimes you'll see it like people wear as jewelry, as a necklace. I don't know if you can see mine here today. Oh, this is giving me a little. Or I also have another one that a friend gave me recently to hold in my hand. So when I pray, I have the cross in my hand. It's another kind of cute cross. Right, so we have the cross, and the cross is what we use as Christians as a symbol, right, to say, okay, I'm a follower of Jesus. This is a church here. But before Christ, and this cross used to be a symbol of death and fear. It was something that wasn't really very good. But God took the cross and with Christ transformed it into the good symbol that we have today, the symbol of love. And so now when we see crosses, we are happy and joyful that we see it. But I'm also going to kind of help us have a little bit of a reminder of why, of God's love using the cross. So when we see the cross, right, so we were reminded that God's love reaches up and down, right? So God's love reaches towards us and we reach out. But then God's love also then reaches out and connects us with each other. So God's love is in both directions. It's God's love goes on the vertical arm, up and down between us and God, but then it also extends beside. So it extends on the horizontal arm to remind us that God's love is to be shared with those beside us. So whenever you see a cross, think good things, but also I want you to be reminded of God's generous love. God's love that flows up and down between us and God, that God gives us, but then also flows side by side. So it connects us and goes vertical out beside us. So that it connects each of us in God's love. So the image and the symbol of the church and of Christ is the cross. Now, as I as we close today, I'd like to leave you with a blessing, but I need your help with it. So I would like you to repeat after me. Can you repeat after me? Say, I am a beloved child of God. I am deserving of love and respect. God is and will use me to change the world. Until we meet again next time, God's peace to you this day until we meet again.